Welcome to pile number 1. They're not talking to you because they're distracted by new opportunities, excited about something else, or simply being immature and flaky. The Page of Wands shows that their silence isn't necessarily about you. They're just caught up in their own world of new interests and adventures. They might be pursuing a new project, passion, or interest that's consuming all their attention right now. The Page of Wands gets excited about new things and can completely forget about everything else when something captures their interest. They're not ignoring you maliciously. They're just hyper-focused on whatever shiny new thing has their attention. Their silence could also be due to immaturity or lack of follow-through. The Page of Wands is enthusiastic but not always reliable. They might have intended to reach out, thought about messaging you, or even started a conversation in their head, but then got distracted and never actually did it. Their communication can be sporadic and inconsistent. They could be exploring new social circles, meeting new people, or getting caught up in exciting experiences that are taking all their time and energy. The Page of Wands loves novelty and adventure. They might simply be busy living their life and not thinking about maintaining this particular connection. Another reason for their silence is that they might be processing their feelings or figuring out what they want to say. The Page of Wands can be impulsive in starting things but uncertain about how to continue. They might not know how to approach you or what to say, so they're saying nothing instead. They could also be testing the waters or playing it cool. Pages can be playful and sometimes game-playing. They might be deliberately not reaching out to see if you'll reach out first, or to avoid seeming too eager or interested. The Page of Wands also suggests they might have received or be pursuing other romantic or social opportunities that are distracting them from you. Not necessarily because they're interested in someone else, but because they're in an exploratory phase where they're keeping their options open. Their energy right now is restless and scattered. They're not in a place to commit to consistent communication or deep connection. The Page of Wands flits from one thing to another. Right now, you're not what's capturing their attention. If you want them to talk to you, you might need to bring something new, exciting, or interesting to their attention. The Page of Wands responds to stimulation and novelty. Predictable or routine doesn't interest them. Overall, they're not talking to you because they're distracted, immature about communication, caught up in new adventures, or simply not focused on you right now. It's less about rejection and more about their scattered, youthful energy being elsewhere. Welcome to pile number 2. They're not talking to you because they're asserting control, maintaining boundaries, or making a deliberate power move. The Emperor shows that their silence is intentional, strategic, and about establishing or maintaining authority and structure. They might be not talking to you as a way of establishing dominance or control in the dynamic. The Emperor likes to be in charge. By withholding communication, they're putting themselves in the position of power and making you come to them or wait for them. This could be a conscious or unconscious power play. Their silence could be about enforcing boundaries or rules they've set for themselves. The Emperor is disciplined and structured. They might have decided they need space, distance, or time away from you, and they're sticking to that decision firmly. Once the Emperor makes a rule, they follow it strictly. They could be angry, disappointed, or feeling disrespected in some way, and their silence is their way of punishing you or showing disapproval. The Emperor can be authoritarian. If they feel you've crossed the line or violated their standards, their silence might be a form of consequence or discipline. The Emperor also suggests they might be focused on other responsibilities, work, or areas of life where they need to be in control. They could be dealing with career demands, leadership responsibilities, or situations requiring their full attention and authority. They're compartmentalizing, and you're simply not in the compartment they're focused on right now. They might also be not talking to you because they've made a decision about the relationship or connection and they're standing firm in it. The Emperor doesn't waver once their mind is made up. If they've decided to create distance, end things, or pull back, they're executing that decision with determination and won't be swayed by emotions. Their silence could also be a test of your respect for their authority or boundaries. The Emperor wants to know if you'll respect their space and their decisions. If you keep pushing or reaching out, it might actually make them pull back further because it shows you're not respecting their position. The Emperor can also be emotionally unavailable or closed off. They might not be talking to you because they're not comfortable with vulnerability or emotional expression. They prefer logic, structure, and control. And communication with you might require emotional availability they're not willing or able to give. They could be taking a leadership or protective stance by creating distance. Sometimes the Emperor withdraws to protect themselves or others from a situation they deem unstable or unhealthy. They might believe that not talking to you is the right or responsible thing to do. If you want them to talk to you, you need to respect their boundaries and authority. Don't chase, don't beg, don't try to manipulate them into communication. The Emperor responds to respect, direct communication, and people who can match their level of maturity and self-control. Overall, they're not talking to you because they're asserting control, enforcing boundaries, maintaining power, or making a firm decision they're sticking to. Their silence is deliberate and strategic. Welcome to pile number 3. They're not talking to you because they're in a healing phase, focusing on themselves, or needing space to restore their hope and faith. The star shows that their silence is about renewal, recovery, and reconnecting with themselves rather than anything you did wrong. They might be going through a period of healing from past wounds, disappointments, or emotional exhaustion. The star appears after difficult times. They could be recovering from heartbreak, trauma, or challenging experiences, and they need solitude and space to heal properly. Talking to you right now might be too much for their sensitive state. Their silence could be because they're focusing on self-care, spiritual growth, or personal renewal. The star is about pouring water back into your own cup after it's been depleted. They're intentionally taking time for themselves, their healing practices, meditation, therapy, or whatever helps them restore their inner light. They might not be talking to you because they're trying to gain clarity and perspective about the connection. The star brings insight and revelation, but sometimes that requires distance and solitude. They might be taking space to understand their true feelings, what they really want, or what's best for them. The star also suggests they might be working on hope and optimism after a period of darkness. If things between you were difficult, painful, or disappointing, they might be taking time to rebuild their faith, both in themselves and in the possibility of good relationships. They need to restore their own hope before they can bring positive energy to any connection. They could be not talking to you because they're waiting for divine timing or a sign. The star is connected to faith and trust in the universe. They might feel like this isn't the right time to communicate, or they're waiting for clarity or guidance about when and how to reach out. Their silence might also be because they're being vulnerable and need to protect that vulnerability while they heal. The star is naked and exposed. When we're in healing mode, we're extra sensitive and can't handle conflict, drama, or anything that might disrupt our peace. They're cocooning themselves in healing energy. They could be focusing on their dreams, goals, and future vision right now. The star is about inspiration and what's possible. They might be so focused on rebuilding their life, pursuing their dreams, or creating their ideal future that they're not thinking about past or current connections. The good news is that the star's silence is temporary and comes from a place of healing, not hatred. Once they've restored themselves, found their hope again, and reconnected with their inner light, they're likely to emerge renewed and possibly ready to reconnect in a healthier way. If you want them to talk to you, give them the space they need. The star requires patience and faith. Trust that if this connection is meant to be, it will resume when they've completed this healing cycle. Pushing them now will only disturb their peace and push them further away. Overall, they're not talking to you because they're healing, focusing on self-restoration, seeking clarity, or waiting for the right time. Their silence is about their own renewal process, not about punishing you or losing interest.